Hello my friends, welcome to another video here on our channel. Guys, while I'm working here making my videos for other channels, I want to discuss a topic with you about, I don't know if it's happening there in the United States, but here in Brazil, it's like this. This woke culture, it has spread all over the world, right? And what's happening, guys? I'll give you an example from my own age. I am 35 years old and I am single, right? I'm single. Firstly, because I want to be, right? It's because I want to be. And there's another thing. Today, the laws here in Brazil, today they favor women. And of course, they should favor women. But I'll give you an example here. If a man is accused, only the woman's word is needed. She might say, for example, sometimes she might want revenge, or she might, I don't know, harm the guy, really. I'll go to the police station, report you, and you'll be in trouble, right? Because today, folks, only the woman's word is needed. The man has no way to defend himself. In fact, those of us who love, we are undervalued for everything, right? They are already trying to take away, they have already taken away our power to resolve things. Now, the man has to be passive about everything. If you greet a woman, it's harassment. Here in Brazil today, it's like this. So my friends, things are not good for us who are men here, right? So folks, there's another fact here that I'm going to tell you. Single mother. A single mother here who has a child will remain a single mother. She will find one crazy person or another, because who is going to want to support her child? I'll give an example here, folks. It's not enough to have the problem of living with a mother who has children. What can happen? If a kid messes with your things and you call his attention or argue with him, he argues with his father, for sure this will cause a fight, folks. This is already a reason that weighs heavily, and you have to be very careful because you might get into trouble, right, folks? It could even lead to other things like a fight or even death, right? The kid might say like, oh dad, my mom's boyfriend hit me because of this or that. Oh, he hit you, then let's go. So folks, that's already a reason for you to stay away from kids. Who has kids? Right here on the internet, here in Brazil, you see a lot of women complaining, saying like, oh, just because I'm a mother, I can't find a boyfriend. Oh, because there are no real men to take on a woman with kids. Oh, I don't know, whatever. So folks, I'm one of those people who, if I'm getting to know a woman, she could be the most beautiful one. If she has kids, I'm out. I don't want, my friends, a woman who has a child. It's to avoid problems. I don't know, folks, if you are aware, probably you don't know, right? You are there in America. I don't even know if that's also there in America. Here in Brazil, there's a law called socio-affective. What is this socio-affective? Let's suppose you lived with this mother who has a child, and you lived with this woman for 6 months, and you develop a fondness for her child. You end up being friends with her child. Did you know that she has the right to ask for child support? Yes, she has the right to ask for child support. And you, who are not the kid's father, will have to pay the support. Socio-affective. Understand? So let's suppose she already receives child support from the father, the child's father. If the guy pays, and you will be obliged to pay a second support to her because of her child, right? And here in Brazil, man, here in Brazil, there's such a bizarre law, but the most dangerous one there is being accused of a crime you didn't commit. Because here's the thing, if a guy ends up in jail with rumors that he was accused, that he hit the child or the woman, for example, even if he did nothing, the law will side with her until you prove that a pig's snout is an outlet. You're already in trouble. Completely, my friends. Here in Brazil, things are bad. The trend of virtue signaling is still going strong. Thank God you guys elected Donald Trump, because, man, Brazil is lost. Brazil, look, I know Brazil is bad, but the situation in Europe is even worse. These things, everything that spreads across the planet, it all starts in Europe, man. Everything in Europe. The whole virtue signaling thing. It's a real nuisance, man. That's why, my friends, I tell you, I prefer to be here, right? In my little corner, quietly. Here, making my videos for YouTube. Taking care of my business, helping my family, having my own things. I'm still going to finish my house, and I'm going to buy a car. I could have these things, guys, but I'm prioritizing the house, right? I want to have a good future. I don't even know if I'll ever get married, man. But if I do get married, my friends, I'm telling you, I'm going to think very carefully because it's risky to get married and end up in trouble. And I don't want that, man, for my life. I don't want to have problems. I don't want anyone taking anything that's mine that I worked hard for, right? Because, for example, you take a woman to live with you after a certain time you break up, she has the right to half of your assets, man. Have you thought about that? You worked hard, you struggled to have your things, and then it comes to a point where you lose to a person who didn't help you with a single cent, didn't help you at all in your life, and you are forced to give half of your assets to this person. Man, that's not fair, my brother. It's not fair. There in the United States, they also have this law, guys. I wanted to know from you all because I'm going through some absurd things that happen here in the country, right? Not to mention also, my friends, that the law here, man, it's dangerous for me to say this here, guys. It's dangerous for me because, you know, the government here, it's a dictatorship, right? Whoever speaks ill of the government or criticizes, you understand? What I'm going to say here is the following. The laws here, my friend, are all reversed. They're all reversed. If you're a criminal, it's all good for you. Everything is just fine. Now, if you're a citizen, a taxpayer, well, man, you're totally screwed, right? If you fall into the hands of justice, the justice. Today, everything is reversed. I have hope, guys, that Bolsonaro will return, right? If they don't unjustly arrest Bolsonaro, because what they're doing to him is absurd, it's a lie. They're doing things without any proof. None at all, you understand? And man, Brazil is in this mess. The Supreme Federal Court is the owner of Brazil today. They spend money as they please, use the plane to go to the bakery. I'm just giving an example here, okay? And the abuse of authority here is huge, my friends. Is it scary to say this here because there's persecution? Yes, in Brazil, man. Understand? Only those on the right, those on the left, my friends, can do whatever they want. Nothing happens to them. A lot of things went wrong there. That the people on the right are released. There was a guy listening to me with Rachadinha here. Look, got it? And what did they do? They forgave the guy's debt. No, they didn't forgive. They did? Yeah, they forgave. He will have to return the money he, took from Rachadinha. And I think he will pay it's something there to help the government. What's it called? I think it's community service, something like that. And man, that's just how it is. Brazil, my friend, is not for amateurs. We are, my friends, here in Brazil in a terrible situation, man. I really want to be able to leave Brazil someday. I'm telling you this because, man, things are bad here, Very bad. Well, my friends, I will end the video here because if the video gets too long, it will be a hassle for me to translate it there with AI, okay? These audios here that you are seeing, my friends, are all a translation. This is my actual voice, my tone, but it's converted to English, so it turned out this way. I hope you liked it. Leave that like, subscribe, support the channel. See you next time.